Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tochi. You guys are welcome to today's video. Today's video, I bring you good news for everyone that wants to move to Australia to work. Guys, I have somebody special. She's going to be sharing with you guys all the details, the juice, like the good news about moving to Australia to work now in 3 days, right? And there are so many occupations we're talking about today, so you really need to watch this video to the end in case you want to move to Australia or you're thinking about where to go to but you're not sure. Australia might just be the country for you. I would bring in my guest right now and then we'll just dive right into the video.
Hi guys, my name is Cherry and I have a YouTube channel called Next Step with Cherry where I talk about moving abroad, moving to Europe, every opportunity that you might want to need, and study abroad opportunities, scholarship opportunities, visa sponsorship opportunities. And I'm so glad that we are going to dive into Australia today because I know that Australia, just like Canada, is also maybe our dream destination, and a lot of people want to work there because it really has like attractive salary and it has like a beautiful work scapes, and that is like a lot of people from UK, from Africa, even some European countries also want to move to Australia. But when we talk about Australia, I know that the main problem is all about the visa process. And if we see that every country is making changes, they are prioritizing like the shortage skills. We have seen UK making changes, like the last video that Tochi made about teachers. They are bringing teachers, and then nurses, healthcare. All the countries are also making changes because there are high demands of these people in this country. And I know that this channel has a lot of people in these areas and also other occupations that we are going to see. So I would also suggest that you stay tuned to the end of this video so that you will get all this information, not only what this visa is all about, but step by step how you can start your application. You might want to share this video as well as stay tuned to the end of this video.
So yes guys, this video is really going to be detailed if you want to move. In fact, you need to get your pen and paper, or feel free to screen record if you want. If you want to move to Australia, this is the video for you because right now a lot of countries are opening up, just like Cherry said. They're beginning to make things a bit more easier for anybody that wants to relocate because the pandemic, like the COVID season, affected a lot of countries, a lot of businesses, a lot of companies. So right now, some countries are just beginning to consider and make amends to their strict visa rules. They're beginning to ease it off. So you would really want to look at moving to different countries right now because a lot of opportunities are coming out. And as they're coming out, we'll be sharing it with you. So that is why I brought Cherry here to talk about this one, because it's going to be detailed. She'll give you everything you need to know about moving to Australia. So please stick around.
Okay, so we will start first of all what this visa is all about, or what this pathway is all about. So the government, because when it comes to Australia work permits, there are some occupations that were in the priorities list, and these occupations include, like, of course, IT engineers and maybe chefs and other occupations that were there. And those occupations, of course, it included a little bit of healthcare, but not as versatile as now. And another thing is that there is also other skills that it did not include. So all those other skills now that are really in high demand, and it's not in the priority list. So what that means is that those occupations, their visa will not be like prioritized first. So that makes it to have a lot of backlog in that particular aspect. So that the employers are not getting what they want. Even when they employ people inside Australia, as the news detailed, they cannot process the visa as fast as possible, leaving those people choosing like countries like UK, choosing European countries because they have faster visa process. So for this immigration to retain these people and also make them at least choose Australia as their number one priority, especially these skills. So the government opened this aspect. So this is very good, especially for all those people that are in UK that would also want to maybe try out other country, all those regulated occupations, they want to try out other countries. This is as well very good. And if you are in Africa and you also want to try out Australia, this is very good opportunities for you. So number one, the question I know you'll be asking is, what are the occupations? So like I mentioned earlier, I know that a lot of healthcare people are in this channel, are watching this channel, and I'm really glad that this is for you guys. So the occupations include our teachers, and then health and welfare support workers, childcare center managers, medical scientists, counselors, psychologists, social workers, and medical technicians. So I know that your occupation is mentioned here. And it seems like a lot of countries are prioritizing teachers, because when I had an interview or discussion with a guy in Australia, I asked him, like, what is the main shortage skill in Australia? And I was surprised when he mentioned teachers, because I know, like you said in your last video, that teachers are not really, like, that's prioritized in some countries, and they are not like those looked up to occupations. But we can see that what really amazed me is that teachers make 80,000 to 100,000 Australian dollars every year. And that is almost like the highest. They even pay higher than nurses. So if you're a teacher and you are a professor, you're a lecturer, or any type of teacher, it is time that you also look into Australia, because they are really in high demand. So other occupation, like I mentioned, is also like nurses, registered doctors, social workers, healthcare, childcare support managers, and counselors, like all this occupation. And then when you talk about these nurses, also remember that when you go to Indeed, just type visa sponsorship. When you go to like au.jora.com, just type visa sponsorship. The number one job that you will see is nurses. You will see like a lot of registered nurses with visa sponsorship. And one good thing is that some hospitals will as well like pay recruitment companies in Australia to help them recruit nurses. So what that means is that some of these recruitment companies can help you to get yourself registered in Australia. Because number one is that you need to, as a nurse or as a doctor or midwife, you need to register first in that country. So if you've registered in UK or in US or in Ghana, in Nigeria, you still need to register in Australia. Do you know the best part of it is that if you register in Australia, you can even practice in New Zealand. It is very, very easy for you to practice in New Zealand. And it is very, very easy for you to be helped to find a job in New Zealand. So let's say that Australia is not your dream destination, then that is also a start or a starting point. So I know that you'll be asking, how can I register myself? So there is this board, just like UK have their own nursing registration board. There is also this board that is in charge of Australian nursing registration. So you can register it even outside your home country. They also, some of the teachers jobs might also need registration. You can just search on that. You can type it on YouTube, how to register as a nurse in Australia. You will see a lot of people that have made step-by-step video about that. Of course, it's not easy if you have to start, but it's same as UK. Even if you have to register yourself, it's also not easy. So, but if you are determined to this is what you would want to do, you can do it in a space of 3 to 6 months. You can be able to register yourself, and your visa, 3 days, your visa can come out, and then you can move to Australia. And then I know that most of you might be thinking, oh, well, maybe this it might be like eligible countries. But let me tell you that it's not about the countries, it's about the job. So if the employer files your case and put in your when you get the job, if it puts in your application, if it falls on that date, of course the government will assess it quickly, because you already have all the documents and all the registration, everything needed. So you already have that. So now the next question will be, how will I find job, or where can I find job? Because that is the most important thing.
Very important.
So like I mentioned, I would suggest that you try through recruitment companies first. And because, like I said, companies pay these recruitment companies to help them find the right candidates.
Yeah.
So you don't even need to pay them. They are being paid to find you. So now when you try all these recruitment companies, we are going to keep some link on the description for people in healthcare so that you can just search through it. And another thing is that if you are a nurse or any registered person, just go online, search for private hospitals in Australia. Those hospitals pays a lot. They pay more than you can think, because they are like private hospital. And you know, the best part of it is that some of them will process your permanent residence immediately. Just the same way they are processing your visa, they are putting in your permanent residency. So what that means is that you are getting to Australia, you are on permanent residence immediately. So you don't need 2 years to process it or 3 years to process it. Then some hospitals as well might ask you, because some of them might be having problem with, like they employ people, give them permanent residency, and then the people will now leave and go to other places. Some of them will then write on the contract that they will help you to process it maybe after 1 year of working with them, or after 2 years of working with them. Then they can help you to process it. That will be recorded, signed, and stamped. So you don't need to worry about that. So you see that it's also a gateway to permanent residency. And when you get Australia permanent residency, New Zealand, here we come, Canada, here we come. You can enter the whole world as you wish, because that is a continent we are talking about. So these are what we have. And then how to find job. Number one, recruitment companies. And number two, you can find in Jora, au.jora.com. And also you can find on Indeed. Indeed is a very good asset to find jobs. I mean, when you go there, you will see a lot of visa sponsorship jobs. And one good thing I like about Indeed or any other job engine is that, when you see the job title, you as well see the name of the company or the name of the recruitment company. So if I am you, I would as well go to the recruitment company's website directly, so that I will be able to find other jobs that they have listed that are not there. Or you can even go there to be able to find like the direct contact of those companies, and then you can contact them and send them your details and all that. Then you can find on Indeed. You can also find on seek.au. Seek.au, recently they have a partnership with the region New South Wales, Australia. It's a region in Australia, NSW. So they have a partnership with the regional president. The partnership is that this is very good for international students. They said that all international students, they are going to arrange occupations to match them with employers. So what that also means is that there will now be a lot of visa sponsorship jobs on seek.au, because seek.au is like the largest job website in Australia, both from outside or inside. So even if you're seeing the job title, please also check the company and then go to their website directly to as well check their career pages. And of course, LinkedIn is also there for you, because when this news was released, it was also on LinkedIn. So a lot of employers and a lot of recruitment companies have also seen this 3 days visa. So you will also go through this article or the news so that you can read it properly. We're going to keep the link. You read it properly, and then you can understand like how this works, the permanent residency, everything that you need to know, and then you can decide on the occupation line that you want to start searching for. When you have found your job, then you will start your visa process. So the visa process, the 3 days is now your visa assessment process. So that means that instead of your visa taking months to come out, months to be assessed, it will be assessed in just 3 days. And in these 3 days, that means that your visa will come out in 3 days. It means that if your employer put in your permanent residency, it will also come out in 3 days. So if the employer promises to apply for permanent residency as visa, then you are also getting it. So in the article, it's listed out like how it will be prioritized. First is teachers and healthcare workers. Your visa will be assessed and be given in 3 days. Then the next is temporary skill residency or something like that. Your visa will also be assessed. Then the permanent residency, your visa will as well be assessed. So that is how it is written. So that means that they don't need to go through vigorous documentation, assessment for you to be given your visa, because the more they're stretching it, the more you lose hope of getting to Australia, and also the more you might get the chance to move to another country. And for them, the more they lose people, because these are people that want to work for them, and these are how they want to bridge the gap of the lack of skills that they are having. So the immigration government said that instead of these people might already have all the documentation and everything. So instead of wasting time and going through long processes and prioritizing like business investors and innovative visas, they should prioritize the skills that are needed to like bridging the gap that they are having in occupation demand or in the labor demand. So that is where this 3 days visa comes in.
Wow. So guys, imagine going to Australia in just 3 days of your application. That makes sense. Like, you don't have to wait for too long to get your decision. So yeah, thank you so much, Cherry, for coming to share this information. I know it's going to help a lot of people, because I know that so many people are just looking for the best country for them to relocate and with their families. And I know that Australia is not a bad country at all. So yeah, it's a good option. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Do you have any final words for us before we go?
I would also say that I know, like this traveling abroad, moving abroad, work abroad, and even Australia itself might not be as easy as it's portrayed or anything, but there is no harm in trying. If you go to YouTube, you will see a lot of people that have gotten this opportunity by themselves. They have gotten it by trying over and over and over again. And now that they are making things simpler and a little bit easier. So it is also a very good time for you to put in all the documentation. If you don't have the money for study, if you don't have the money to go to big countries, maybe you can as well try this. And even if you are getting rejections, that is absolutely normal. That is really absolutely normal. Even people in Australia are getting rejections when they are already in Australia. So you just have to keep up hope. And also, like I said, for people that need registration, you as well need to start preparing for that, registering yourself, getting all the certification, so that immediately you get your job, the registration will not be a problem, and registration will not be the problem or the reason why they reject your application. So like I said, also try as much as possible to contact the recruitment companies, email them directly. If you find their email them directly and express yourself, attach your CV, attach your cover letter, and with hope, everything will work out as we plan.
Yeah. So yeah, I wish you guys all the best in your applications. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to visit Cherish channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.